Hi there, welcome back to Northlight Photographic Workshops. It's kind of a sad day here at the workshop because yesterday I lost my drone. Yeah, that's right. You've been seeing the videos lately of me playing around with my new DJI FPV. Well, it's now sleeping with the fishes in Little Traverse Bay. Much to my dismay and sadness. There's nothing worse than being a photographer and losing a camera. And, it equals being a drone pilot and losing your drone. And to have them both happen at one time is pretty awful. And it's not like I haven't done it before, but it's been a long time. And, nothing more sad than an orphaned controller and my headset also. But what happened was I was flying around last night at sunset, and I was, as you know, I've been doing some pretty fun stuff with it and kind of gaining my my wings with it and learning a little bit more about the new style of flying and flying with the goggles and things. So you're in the environment of the flight. And yesterday I was flying around the Petoskey pier off of Little Traverse Bay down in Petoskey, about 30 miles south of me, and I don't know what happened. It was a beautiful sunset and I was flying along. It was very calm air. The water was real still. I was flying along different passes around the lighthouse, and all of a sudden I get this warning came up really quickly. Something flashed, and then another warning that said propulsion system error. And then everything just went crazy in the goggles and then went blank. And, that was really pretty pretty stunning thing to happen. I was pretty shocked. Didn't know what to do. I picked up the goggles and pushed on the return to home button, just kind of hoping against hope that somehow it had flown away and it would regain its senses and come back home. But that wasn't the case. I'm pretty sure it ended up in the water. So I was coming toward the pier at the time when it went down, so I thought that I could walk out there and maybe find the remnants of it on the pier somewhere, but to no avail. I didn't find it anywhere, and I'm assuming that it went in the water at this point. So I get back to the car, and I've got the goggles, and I'm looking to try to find out how I access my logs, and it says that you access the log on your DJI app on your phone, and I looked and it wasn't there, and I just thought, oh no, so I don't know, in a bit of a panic mode, I ended up coming back up here to the workshop and did a little bit of research online and found out that I needed to connect my controller, my goggles to my phone. And then what it did is it uploaded the flight log from what had happened, and I was able to look at it. And lo and behold, as you can see right now on the screen, the flight log showed that just before, it showed my whole flight, all my altitudes, everything, the time, GPS coordinates. And what it showed was just prior to me getting that propulsion system error, it flashed very quickly a red warning that said motor overheating or motor overheated. So basically what happened is I saw a split second of that flash of motor overheated, and then it went into catastrophic failure, and out of the sky it fell. And at this point, like I say, I'm still assuming it went into the water, and sure enough, I was able to, once I hooked up my app to the controller and to the headset, I was able to find my drone, and it showed it just off the edge of the pier, maybe 100 yards on the map. And then once I finally checked out the log file and saw my flight map and my flight route and where it did finally go down, it was right in the exact same spot. So yeah, it's sleeping with the fishes right now, and the only way I could get it back would be to get a diver to go down there. I'm figuring it's probably 15 to 30 feet of water in that part right there. And it's, of course, a loss. So what I did is I came back last night, and DJI is really great about this stuff. I can't put them down at all. I contacted them through their forum right away, and within 10 minutes I had an answer from somebody there that just basically apologized for my experience and said that it sounded like something that I needed to file a report on a flyaway. So that's what I did. I went to their website and I filed the flyaway report. And yeah, this morning I look at it, and sure enough, they've accepted the report. They've accepted my photographs of the log file. Of course, with every DJI drone and piece of equipment that you buy from them, you register and activate it through them. So they know what its serial number is. They have access to all my log files. They can go and look at the log files and see that it wasn't pilot error. As far as I can tell, it's not pilot error. I don't know how they could find to blame that on me. It seems like it was a system error, and it was perhaps a malfunctioning motor. And maybe what happened is it just quit, or it seized up, and that was it. You can't have a drone flying on three motors. So so they've accepted it, and now it says on the website that it's that they're determining a course of action for it. So I'm hoping that you, along with me, can cross our fingers and that they will determine that this is an error with the machine itself, and that they'll send me a new one. Now I do have DJI refresh on this one. I have the refresh care, which means that as long as I turn in a broken bird, I can get a new one for a certain amount of money based upon the original insurance money or insurance payment that I made up ahead with their DJI refresh, which in this case was another $190, I believe. So it's well worth it. You get 2 refreshes a year. But in this case, I don't think that I'm going to have to pay anything. If it goes like I think it will be, they'll probably determine that this was a malfunction of the equipment, and that they'll send me a new one and a new battery, because the battery that I had on there, I do believe was the one that they had just sent me yesterday from when I had the original problem in buying the Flymore kit with one of them dead. But they took care of that really quick, within a week, and I had the new battery yesterday. I charged it up, and if I'm not mistaken, it might have been the one that I was using when I was flying yesterday, but I don't think that the battery had anything to do with the problem that I had. As you've seen with the videos, I've been doing a lot of flights with it lately, and I've been learning a lot, but I certainly haven't put the kind of time on it that would have led to a battery or a motor burning out, nor have I flown it to the extent that a lot of people do as far as acrobatics and things. I was being pretty conservative with it, and I was being pretty conservative with it when it went down as well. But yeah, it's no less of a bummer. I'm sitting here holding a controller that I can't use, and I was supposed to be heading up into the UP later today, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan later today. I was going to spend the night up there in the trailer again. I've got to pick up my son in the morning, who goes to school in Marquette, Michigan. But I was going to go up there and fly that little island of Little Petoskey again, and I'm kind of bummed. It's going to be a while before I get this thing replaced. So I've been going against my emotional urges of just going online and buying another drone, but I don't have the money to be doing that and throwing that kind of thing around, and I'm sure that they're going to replace this one for me, so I just have to be patient. The battery they had back to me within a week, and they're really great. Their service department is really great, and the fact that all the log files are there, and there's codes in those log files that will tell them things that I don't even know, so I'm sure they're going to see that the issue was something with the bird itself. So anyway, but I still have my my Mavic Air 2S, and I've just upgraded the firmware on this one, and I'm going to take that along with me and maybe do the flight around the island that way, but it won't be as fun as with the FPV, that's for sure. But I'm really glad I got it, and all of these things come with an expiration date, right? They all are going to die at some point. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are lucky enough to have them long enough to the point where they age out in their software, and there's just better things to own. And then others of us run them into trees and run them into the ground and lose them. It's just the way it goes. So anyway, yeah, we'll get back to it. So I did some great stuff with it, and I really had a good time. And as I'm fading out here, I'm going to show you some of the great footage I made with it, in the last week. And again, rest in peace, DJI FPV. You're now sleeping with the fishes in Little Traverse Bay, and hopefully at some point we'll fish you out of there. But R.I.P. Anyway, so yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for watching these videos. I'm really, you know, I'm going to keep you up with what's going on with this, with DJI, and I'm going to keep you going with the drone stuff as much as I can as well. I'll get back to some more traditional photography as well here, as I've got another couple of things that I want to print, so I'm probably going to set up a video in the darkroom of me printing one of my new images from Iceland. But yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. You know, cross your fingers for me that DJI comes out on my side on this. And, you know, before too long, hopefully I'll have another one of these to go out and practice some more. So, thanks a lot. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.